Good evening, and welcome to Mr. Burton's neighborhood. No, welcome to the basement. This is Hannibal again. And before we get started, this is an excellent read. It's by a young man that I met in Arizona, an up and coming, well, he's already an author, motivational speaker, probably a philanthropist by now, and an all-around good person, as well as a case example of the fact that your atmosphere doesn't determine whether or not you breathe. Pick it up. Are you depreciating or are you appreciating? Are you being depreciated or are you being appreciated? 2020 has been a year of chaotic, culminating, continuous, characterizing, celestial change. And that's just the first 6 months. We're not out of it. We're still going. But everyone has labeled 2020 as a year of disaster. First of all, people, if you can sit here and label it as a year of disaster, that in itself is a blessing. In the series Warrior, the character says, be thankful for your pain. It means you're still alive. Now, I'm not saying just take it and be happy, because positive change, positive circumstances is what we all should be striving for and developing and creating and enhancing wherever possible, not just in our lives, but in anyone whose life we touch. But I am saying that recognize that the bomb blast does reveal blessings. The radiation that burns the fields prepares the soil to be regenerated, regrown, as painful as the process may be. And 2020 has been a nuclear blast on a lot of our lives. Politics, social, economic, personal, entertainment-wise. How many people have watched every rerun they never even heard of this year? Hell, I started watching Hulu, and I've had Hulu for... I didn't even know I had Hulu, to be honest. Just one of those streaming channels that was part of some bundle that I had. Well, I am thoroughly familiar with Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, Vudu, you name it. Everybody's streaming service. Now, that's not what I have used my year for. As I said, it has been a year of all kinds of change. Cerebrally, celestially, circumstantially. Year of change. And so I myself have chosen to use that as a positive catalyst to propel myself forward. For not only am I trying to grow myself I've used it to grow within myself. Sometimes you got to get kicked out of your life in order to start living the life that you are supposed to live. Empowered to live, have neglected to live, have a responsibility to live, not just to yourself, but to your family, your friends, your loved ones, those whose paths you will cross, that will, for whatever reason, known or unknown, will find you as a beacon, a mentor, an example. How many times has somebody asked you for an answer and you said to yourself, are you seriously asking me? Hell, I can't even get my own answers together. And what do? We give them the answers. And somehow or another, it seems to help their lives in a lot of cases. Sometimes it doesn't, because sometimes we don't have our answers together for real. And we don't have the power of observance, which is usually the case why we can give other people answers. They say it's easier to observe from the outside because you generally see a broader picture. You don't see the whole picture, because I've said it before, there are 4 sides to every scenario. There's the A side, the B side, the C side, and that's what the people see or perceive. And then there's what really happened, the facts. I mean, it is what it is. You fell down, you jumped, you gave this person that, you called this person that, you said, it's not about the intent from that point of view, but you have to layer that scenario, just as you would a cake. Multi-tiered cake, German chocolate. Love German chocolate cakes. Also love rum cakes. But they are built layering the ingredients, layering the layers, and then putting the icing on the cake and allowing it to set so that it not only completes the formulation, but allows it to present itself in a manner that makes you go, want some. It's the same thing with ourselves. You have to layer, start from your foundation and build. And you can't start from your foundation if you don't know what you're standing on. And you don't know what you're standing on if you don't know where it came from. Mom and dad, yes. But beyond that. So I go back to, sometimes you have to get kicked out of your life in order to start living the life that you were supposed to be living. It's not one door closes, another door opens. One door could close and you could be stuck in the hallway. You have to open another door to either get in or get out. And you can't open another door if you don't have the key, or if that door is not already unlocked. And if it's already unlocked, you still have to open that door. How are you going to do that if you don't know how? So you have to build, you have to develop, you have to enhance. First of all, you have to accept that I'm in a different position now. And you have to be able to adjust, acclimate, revise your plan. And if you didn't have one, Now you have to build a plan, formulate a plan, draw up a plan, write a plan. I don't know. Ask a friend, phone for a plan. I don't know. However you want to term it, but you have to do it. And sometimes you just have to keep your eyes front, head high, and keep pressing forward. See, the problem is when you look down spiritually, physically, emotionally, theoretically, you're looking at the ground, and it makes it easy for you to become unbalanced or trip and fall over something because you're not aware of your surroundings. In martial arts, one of the things we teach is called the 5 A's. Very basic, very simple. And I have taught this to people of all ages. I teach it when I do self-defense classes and demos for people, whether they be female, male, student, teacher, whatever. Because it's basic and it should apply to all things. 5 A's: aware, alert, avoid, anticipate, act. Same thing with your life, your situation, whatever it may be. You have to be aware of what's going on. You have to anticipate. Let me back up one. You have to be aware of what's going on, and then you have to be alert of the situation. Now, if you know the climate's unsteady, then you alert yourself as to possible situations that could arise. And once you alert yourself to possible situations that could arise, you try to avoid them. If you can't, you have to anticipate how those situations will impact you, your world, your life. And if they do, then you have to act. Sometimes the best action or the most progressive action is no action. Sometimes it's a positive impact and you just want it to continue. But in any event, you have to chart a course and move forward. Forward being the key word. Even if you don't know exactly how to get to point B or C or whatever your next stop is, lean into it. Press. Maybe you'll fall. Maybe you'll get tripped up. But guess what? You'll fall in the positive direction. So when you look up, you're still looking towards your goal. And it's motivational. And you get up, drag yourself up, and you put one foot in front of the other. And you wake up the next morning. And you wake up the next morning. And you keep moving. And eventually, you'll get to the end of the day, you'll get to the end of the week, you'll get to the end of the month, you'll get to the end of the year. And even if you just are able to take one step a day, you're going to be at least 365 steps further along than you were. The baby bird is comfortable, lives in the tree, waits on mama bird to bring back the worms and feed it. Baby bird is comfortable. Baby bird can stay there. Baby bird will stay there. Till one day, mama bird says, "You got to go get a life." Baby bird says, "Huh?" And mama says, "You got to go." Baby bird says, "But and mama bird pushes baby bird out of the nest. Now, baby bird's life just changed, and he's got to figure out how to get a life. But the thing about that is, baby bird now develops. And instead of eating just worms, baby bird finds out he's a hawk, he's an eagle, he's an owl. Baby bird eats rabbits and squirrels and develops and strengthens and grows until baby bird is this fierce looking warrior bird. 100 miles away from being that little tweet winged little furry, whatever it started out as. Baby bird got a life. And baby bird now soars. So sometimes, anytime, you get kicked out of the nest and you develop, it's a good thing. So don't get mad about getting kicked out of the life that you're in, that you're not living. Instead, look at the fact that now you have no choice but to live in spite of yourself and others. And this is the time to do it. Don't be a stuck baby bird. Soar. Thoughts from the basement.